Boy, the fake news scam that Trump been telling y'all about for a long time. The fake news, enemy of the people. Now people are understanding it now. Now people are understanding the term fake news.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war.
Fake news scam.
CBS News and 60 Minutes owes the entire country an apology right now. I don't think they'll ever recover from this scandal. So CBS literally sliced and diced their interview with Kamala Harris in order to cover up for her awful answers and incoherent responses. But they didn't just cut her answers early or omit certain responses. They actually swapped out her responses and put in entirely different answers from different questions. They are actively working on behalf of Kamala Harris and her camp, for which I have two words: election interference. President Trump was right to not sit down with an outlet that has thrown journalism out the window in order to help Comrade Harris win. 60 Minutes is the same outlet you might remember that ran cover for the Bidens back in 2020. Remember Leslie Stahl's refusal to acknowledge Hunter Biden's laptop? This in her interview with President Trump just shortly before the last election, people. They have lost all credibility. If they have any integrity, 60 Minutes would immediately release the full, unedited.
Oh boy, I couldn't wait to report this to y'all. This is big. You just can't make this up. Now, everyone is now understanding the term fake news. Enemy of the people. It's all hitting the fan. Boy, her campaign is over, man. It's over. And y'all clap it up for CBS. Clap it up. Clap it up. Y'all clap it up for CBS, ABC, MSNBC, DC, CNN, all these alphabets. Clap it up. It's all hitting the fan. You know, we've seen fake news, sham after sham, lie after lie. You just can't make it up, man. Fake reports, bias, rigged debate. We've all seen it. Now people are understanding the term fake news. I love it. Here it is, y'all. I can't wait to y'all to show y'all this. Hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We are wishing the best in everybody's life. I don't care what side you are on. If you're Republican, Democrat, in the middle, liberal, conservative, I don't care. I got love for you. And I'm wishing the best for you, your family, your friends, your neighbors, the strangers around the world, man. One love to the human race, y'all. But you just can't make this stuff up, man. Boy, in the flesh. In the flesh. Let's go and jump in, man.
Listen to this controversy here. Former CBS staffers are reportedly calling for an independent investigation after the network aired two different answers to the same question during a 60 Minutes interview with Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, the first version aired during a promotional clip on Sunday night, while the second, shorter answer aired during 60 Minutes on Monday. Listen to both back to back.
It seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in of movements in that region by Israel, very much prompted by or many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we.
Whoa! Fake news. Trump tried to tell y'all, man. Not everybody that you see that is woken up and now they are all on the Trump train, but you know they fell for all this crap, all this propaganda, the lies, the hatred that they spew out. Project 2025. Project 2025. Look how that backfired. Look how everything's backfiring. You see what's happening now, y'all? Now her campaign on the knees. And we're 20-some days out. They're terrified. They're panicking, shaking out their shoes. They got Obama. They got to send him around with his cape on. Because the black vote isn't where it needs to be. Because black men are not voting for this. He said the black vote's not there, especially with black brothers, black men. They got to pull the race card. Because they thought the race card, identity politics, were going to get them over the edge. But she can't read off. She can't put a sentence together. She can't go off script. You know, needs a teleprompter. She can't think for herself. Unbelievable. Repeats the same thing. She can't answer your question. Repeats the same thing. I was a prosecutor, the middle class story. And then the only way she can answer some kind of question is to attack, is by just attacking Trump. And says the same thing. Well, he filed bankruptcy. Repeats the same stuff. People are sick and tired of this crap. And they're in for a rude of awakening.
We stand on the need for this war to end.
Wow. Joe Conchas, a Fox News contributor, joins us now. Joe, I want to be crystal clear about something. This is not a thing that we do in the media. Yes, you may not always air the full answer to a question, but you never, ever put the answer to question B with question A. So why would the esteemed journalists at the paragon of virtue, 60 Minutes, think they could get away with such a thing?
I keep reading so-called media reporters defending this, like, who've never worked, by the way, ever in an actual newsroom, say, oh, this is very common to do this. No. Why, if you're CBS News, would you promote 60 Minutes with a clip of Kamala Harris saying one thing and then during the interview not play that clip and air something completely different? Oh, that's right. The clip you promoted made her look horrible, as what usually happens when she's outside of a teleprompter. And then the clip that you actually played was something that made her sound a bit more competent, I guess. Either way, it's very simple, Todd, if you're CBS News. Release the entire interview on CBSNews.com. Let everyone see it from start to finish without any edits, any jump cuts. And while you're at it, release the transcript as well. But CBS, they only released the transcript of the edited portion of the video. Why is that, CBS? We don't know, because Fox News has reached out to CBS News to say, why aren't you releasing the whole interview? And they won't even respond. This is the same news division that screams about the importance of transparency.
They should lose their licenses. Yeah. And those moderators still need to be fired. You know? You're going to try. And then I'm glad that J.D. Vance had his viral moment with him. You know, unbelievable. Those ABC moderators too, fired, terminated. It's just been a crap with the fake news media. It's just been crap. Now you guys are feeling, you understand what Trump was talking about. Fake news. And I've been telling people. Now, at first, I didn't know what Trump was. You know, I had to do some research two or 3 years ago. Like, why does Trump always say fake news? Why does he always, attack these people? And then I started doing my research and understanding what's going on. And then you see the bias, you see the fake headlines, the fake reporting. You go like, oh, that didn't happen. This is not what he said. He said this. Why are they reporting that? Why did they put this out there? Fake news. Enemy of the people.
Being anything but transparent here. I mean, this is journalistic malfeasance. And now the story is far less about Kamala's actual answer after the edit and much more about 60 Minutes and their ethics or lack thereof. And this completely justifies Donald Trump's decision to not do this interview on CBS, because they would have edited him the exact opposite way. They would have taken him and put him in the worst light, because that's CBS News these days. That's the exact opposite of what it was under Edward R. Murrow and Walter Cronkite. That is certainly for sure.
Well, both things that she said may have been part of the same answer, but it may have been edited for time. We don't know, but certainly the answer that aired on 60 Minutes was cleaned up. So I guess the way to solve answer all these questions is to, like you said, release a transcript. Okay, so there's another controversy facing CBS. CBS Morning interviewed Ta-Nehisi Coates, who's a progressive activist. He's also an author, has a book out that's highly critical of Israel. He takes the side of the Palestinians. And one of the people to conduct this interview is Tony DeCopel, who is Jewish. His ex-wife and two of his kids, I believe, live in Israel. So he asked Ta-Nehisi Coates some challenging questions. And because of this, it caused so much controversy in CBS. They conducted this internal investigation over his line of questioning. He ultimately was reprimanded as a result of what he said during the interview. So let's take a listen to a portion of the interview, followed by a CBS executive talking to staffers about what they called a controversy that transpired on air. Watch this.
And it's what I struggled with throughout this book. What is it that so particularly offends you about the existence of a Jewish state that is a Jewish safe place and not any of the other states out there?
There's nothing that offends me about a Jewish state. I am offended by the idea of states built on ethnocracy, no matter where they are.
We will still ask tough questions. We will still hold people accountable, but we will do so objectively. And that means, very plainly, we have to check our bias and opinions at the door.
Joe?
How utterly laughable by Adrian Rourke there. Tony DeCopel was thrown under the bus in front of his colleagues on that call that you just played, called morally wrong, had the wrong tone with Coates, simply for asking solid questions to an author who believes Israel is an apartheid state. So if Tony DeCopel, if he had the means, I guess he'd be like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm not going to work for this network anymore. But he has a family. I get it. He apologized. He had nothing to apologize for.
All right. Fox and Friends now. Thanks, Joe.